Blessings. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone that's listening to this video is living their life on purpose, with purpose. I thought I would take a moment to really just connect with everyone, as I really take the time to do periodically, to just let everyone know that the path that I'm walking is the path that's allowing me to really live my life and my dreams. And what I want everyone to know is one thing: it's not an overnight sensation. It's a process that requires time, it requires perseverance, it requires faith, it requires willingness and commitment with focus in order to reach the finish line. I think a lot of people miss that point because they're so consumed in wondering what's happening with the outcome that they miss what's happening with the process. So they sort of become absent to the process because they're so focused on the outcome. My name is Aloycia Woods. I'm a life success coach, a motivational empowerment speaker, and I've had the blessing to release my first bestseller, Breaking Through, Moving On: One Woman's Journey to Overcome Fear and Discover Love. I would like to share, this journey was not an easy journey. It has been a long time coming. It has been a dream since childhood to accomplish writing my first book. Sure, I've written articles and I've written ebooks and I've written different things throughout the years, but never having the confidence to really feel that I could write my first bestseller. And I'll tell you what happened. I became consumed in worrying about what other people would think, that I didn't have the confidence and faith in myself to realize that regardless of what other people thought about what my work would mean to them, that what mattered is what my work meant to me, because it was a God-given gift. And my fear of delivering that gift hindered me for many years. Thus, I decided one day it was time. During the course of that process, I will share with you, there were many obstacles that stood in my way. Fear paralyzed me from moving forward. I became consumed in relationships and financial struggles and situations that really took my focus away. But in spite of each moment that my focus became sidetracked with fear, doubt, and procrastination, I was able to really look into the mirror of my own heart and spirit and recognize that God had a greater plan for my life. And I had the choice to be obedient to that calling, or I could ignore it and allow fear to consume my life. Something I learned a long time ago: the graveyard has more wealth than those living. Why is that? Because so many people have died taking their dreams. I knew that I had a gift and I had a dream for my life. And that every time I was faced with an obstacle, that obstacle was meant to build my character. That obstacle was meant to build my faith, to help me to be more spiritually resilient, to overcome and endure, because I knew the storms of my life would become apparent. I was not willing to allow fear to rob and steal what God has given me, my worth, my gem, my dreams, my wealth. I was willing to do whatever it took to break through those obstacles. Writing a book was not easy, because I had to really delve into many aspects of myself. It was not my intent to write my story originally, but that came into play when I submitted my manuscript and I was told that I wasn't being transparent. I decided that I needed to really do some soul searching deeply within myself, to recognize and come to terms with my own demons. In coming to terms with those demons, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to recognize in myself that it was now or never. So I took that pen and paper, I threw my original manuscript to the side and I decided to go deep within my soul. I went into my childhood and I started opening things that I thought were closed. I write about each and every aspect of my life in my book, Breaking Through, Moving On. I opened myself in a way I had never opened myself. See, I thought I was open because I was always very verbal, very vocal. I shared what I feel. I was emotional. I was in touch with my feelings. But what I didn't recognize is I really wasn't authentically sharing the truth of all of Aloycia. And that's where I keep it real and raw in Breaking Through, Moving On. Those of you and those that have read my book up to this point have expressed how it has impacted their lives, or it has helped them to recognize different aspects of who they are. It has helped them to really see themselves. I've gotten many different responses, but in lieu of those responses, it's really all one common shared vision and feeling. Everyone has had a journey. Everyone has a story. And in sharing my story, I hope that the ones that read my book, they're able to really identify with the places within themselves that they have not forgiven, or they have not healed, or they have not made peace with, as well as the individuals that they're still holding in anger and unforgiveness. In order for us to really live a life that's full and authentic, we have to be willing to break free of our mental internal prisons and shackles that we hold ourselves hostage. That is not the life God has given to us. That is not the life we're meant to live. And no matter what obstacles you face, you're facing those obstacles for a reason. See, God knows if you don't face obstacles, you're going to become comfortable doing the same thing, expecting your results to be different. The reason in writing my book was to help individuals, particularly women. I know men are an intricate part of what I'm saying, but women, we're the ones that become so consumed in living our lives to please others because we're so emotional and we're such nurturers. We either do one or two things. We lose ourselves and we shut down and we block our blessings, or we become angry and we end up just doing to please instead of doing because that's what we really want to do. It becomes a parallel cycle of conflict and confusion within us. And somewhere, at some point, the cycle needs to be broken. And this cycle I'm speaking about stems from generations. It's not a cycle that just happens within the realm of one's life. If we look back to the process and the journey of our lives, we will see, commonalities to how our parents lived, how our siblings lived, how our grandparents lived. But we have to be willing to do the research. We have to be willing to break the cycle of being, fearful, to break the cycle of settling. We don't have to settle, ladies, gentlemen. We have a choice in this life. See, the subtitle to my book is One Woman's Journey to Overcome Fear and Discover Love. I understand one truth as a spiritual being. Is we have the choice to live our lives in fear or to live our lives in love. When we choose to live our lives from a place of love, then we have to humbly allow ourselves to surrender, open, let go, and let God. We have to allow ourselves to be a vessel that God directs to do what we need to do in service to others. That is living our lives faithfully and authentically, because when we live from the dynamics of that perspective, what we do is open ourselves to not only heal and see ourselves in the truth of all of who we are, but we open ourselves for wholeness and total healing. That's one of the pieces that we miss. So I bring this video to you today to share with you. I've written Breaking Through, Moving On, and I'm really hoping that it's a fire that spreads because people need to really hear what I'm sharing. I don't say this to impress anyone. I say this to empower, to inspire, and to teach individuals the things that it took me many years to learn, many broken relationships, many nights of crying, of pain and despair, of losing myself in fear. Allowing fear to control my life instead of recognizing that I had the power to live my life in the way that I was created and meant to live. And although throughout our journey we will always encounter obstacles and struggles, the difference that happens when we awaken to an understanding of who we are is we begin to respond differently. We no longer respond out of fear, but we understand how to respond from a place of love and forgiveness. Because we can't control what others do, but we have the choice to make a decision on how we are going to control what we do. My new coaching program, Breaking Through, Moving On, a transformational program, has been developed as a result and spin-off of my book. But this coaching program takes it to a whole nother level. It takes you to a whole nother depth of breaking through all of the barriers that are within you. See, many of us become so comfortable doing what we're doing, we don't recognize that we're stuck, we're paralyzed in our minds. We allow our minds to really overpower that which God has placed within our hearts. And I go so much deeper into all of those elements and dynamics. And I take it so seriously. But within this program, we also have fun because we learn so many different things about ourselves and about each other, because this is a group coaching program. And I'm not just speaking from just having a moment of experiencing the things I share, the lessons, the principles. I'm speaking from actually having gone through the journey of breaking through those obstacles and teaching you how you can do it based on who you are, your DNA makeup, your spiritual resilience or lack thereof. We all have the ability, the spiritual resolution to recognize that we are more than we believe we are. Regardless of your sexual orientation, your religious background, the color of your skin, whatever your culture, whoever you are, you have the power and the ability to be everything you desire and dream to be. Ladies and gentlemen, no one has the power to rob and steal your dreams except you. We become our own worst enemy because we feed into the lies. We feed into the stories that other people tell us, and their stories are distorted. They have no clear concept or understanding of who they are. So how can they tell you who you are? Hear me. Hear what I am sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the era and time that we live in, that it's time for change. We have spent so many years of our lives doing the same repetitive thing over and over and over. We're repeating the same errors. We're experiencing the same thing, and we're wondering why. Aren't you ready to decide the life that you are meant to live? Aren't you ready to take control of your life? Aren't you ready to have the relationship of your dream? Aren't you ready to grab hold of everything God created you to be? I know I am, because I wake up every day with a purpose, with a mission. Even when I sit still with a purpose, because it means I need to redefine what I'm doing. I need to rejuvenate my mind, body, and spirit. This program is about teaching you how to get fit inside out, spiritually, financially, emotionally. This program is meant to help you to understand the principles and the tools you need to live your best life. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet read Breaking Through, Moving On, One Woman's Journey to Overcome Fear and Discover Love, I invite you to visit www.authorabwoods.com. That's www.authorabwoods.com. NewInspirationalMessage.com. On that website also, I have a box where you can contact me with questions and concerns. But please also sign up for my newsletter so you get on my list to know when this program is launching and all of the different services and workshops that I have coming. I'm working diligently, ladies and gentlemen. I'm being obedient to my calling, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to help you to learn how to be obedient to your calling, how to live your life with purpose, on purpose, how to take your relationship and build a divine and spiritual relationship, and not a relationship based on superficiality, but a relationship that's going to endure, a relationship that's going to help you to be all that you are meant to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you receive my message, if you hear what I am saying to you today, today is the beginning of the rest of your life. As I look at you from this video, I am telling you the truth about where I've been and where I'm walking. Whether you're a speaker, you're an author, aspiring author, whether you work a job, whether you're $1 million entrepreneur, whatever or wherever you are in your life, this program will help you to take it to the next level. No matter where we are, there is something that stands in our way. Aren't you ready to learn how you can live a full and whole and complete life? I know you are, because when I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, I was ready to do something about it. And I want to help each and every one of you. Grab a copy of Breaking Through Moving On and stay tuned in for the information that I will be sending to you about Breaking Through Moving On, a transformational coaching program to help you get from where you are to where you desire to be. No more fearing, no more acceptance, no more lack of self-love, no more struggling, no more mediocrity and below average. We're going to break the cycle together. It's time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into my video. I look forward to each and every one of you being a part of this program. It's going to fill very fast, so get on the list. If you're on the list, I'm going to pull you into the program, because first come, first serve. This program is personalized. This program cannot have a lot of people. But I'll tell you what, those that get into this program will never be the same. Their lives will be transformed. My name is Aloycia Woods, and I'm here to help you break the cycle of average and mediocrity, because it's time to live your best life. Until we meet, I look forward to connecting with each of you. Feel free to correspond with me. Feel free to tell me your thoughts and feelings about Breaking Through Moving On. I have a blog. You'll find the link to that blog on authorabwoods.com. Peace and blessings, everyone. And I wish you abundant success, and that you will live the life you're meant to live. Peace and blessings, everyone. Thank you.